Good afternoon, fellow Planeswalkers. Today, I have another cool brew just for you, and this one I'm calling Uneven Exchange. So I finally did it. I had a question and I didn't have the answer, and I was looking, trying to find the answer to the question of what is the point of using ramp creatures? Okay, so you tease out something bigger a bit earlier in the game, but then if you don't draw your ramp creatures early in the game, you're just stuck on sitting ducks that are taking up a slot in your deck that otherwise you would rather use different cards for. So the answer has come to me, and the answer is switcheroo. So this is why I'm naming the deck Uneven Exchange. This whole deck is it's definitely very janky. It's very fun in the idea that you're potentially switching back and forth with your opponent. So let me give you the breakdown. I'm going to show you how this works. This is definitely more of my funkier decks, I'm not going to lie, and I definitely enjoyed putting it together. So we have 4 Llanowar Elves, which is a 1-drop and it has an ability. You tap it, you get 1 green mana. Then we have Druid of the Cal. It's a 2-drop. It does the same thing, but it's not a 1/1, it's a 1/3 creature. So you could use it potentially to block out some potential creatures coming your way. Then this is where it starts to get interesting. So we have a card over here called Eyes Everywhere. So it's a 3-drop enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you get to scry 1, which that in its own right I find to be pretty cool. Be able to fix what's coming your way is definitely a very important part. It makes sure you don't get mana screwed if you're sitting up on 3 lands, no lands in hand, and then you want to make sure to drop a 4th land. You could have a good shot of seeing what's coming and doing your thing. So it has early game application. This is where it becomes very interesting. Here's the late game application. For 6 mana, exchange control of Eyes Everywhere and target non-land permanent. So that's a permanent, not a creature, a permanent. This is huge, guys. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. Okay. So it has early game application and late game application. Now, yes, you are correct if you think, hey, but can my opponent play it as well once I exchange it off to him? Yes, you can. Well, first off, we'll probably tease it a bit earlier out than the opponent because we have ramp. That's one. The second thing is, if he's not playing blue mana, he's stuck with Eyes Everywhere. He can't do anything with it. So that's pretty cool. Then we have Sphinx of Foresight. This is for some mid-range gameplay. For 4 mana, it's a 4-drop flying creature. I think it's pretty cool. 4/4. As a cool ability, you may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, scry 3 at the beginning of your first upkeep. And by the way, this really helps out your mulligans. Because if you mulligan and you didn't have it in your first 7-card hand, and then you mulligan and you have 6-card hand or 5-card hand or whatever you're doing, and you have Sphinx of Foresight in your hand, that's still considered as your opening hand. And then you get to scry 3. So that's pretty big. And then another cool ability at the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1. So 4 cost, 4/4 flying in its own right's pretty intense, but having these added values really cool. Then we have a Ripjaw Raptor for some potential card draw. For a 4-drop, once again, a 4/5 is pretty cool. He has a cool ability, Enrage. Whenever Ripjaw Raptor is dealt damage, you get to draw a card. Then we have a Vinemere. This is a 5/3. It's a 4-drop again, and he has hexproof, and he can't be blocked by black creatures. That's cool. Now we have our switcheroo. So this is our 5-drop. So this is more towards the late game, which is exactly when you want this to happen. I'm probably going to have some sort of ramp creature down here that I'm no longer going to need. So let's say the opponent drops something pretty sexy. All I'm going to go ahead and do is just hit a little switcheroo and exchange control of 2 target creatures. So, you could give your opponent with a 1/1 Llanowar Elf, and I could, potentially steal a Carnage Tyrant. No, not a Carnage Tyrant, obviously, because he has hexproof. But, I could steal something pretty cool, maybe a Doom Whisperer or something. Then we have Tendershoot Dryad. This is just a lovely card. I love Tendershoot Dryad. It's a nice 5-drop. I'm playing ramp. I could potentially get him out pretty early, go pretty wide. That's cool. Then we have Dream Eater. This is a great card. Imbola's Clutches. So I could be playing a second copy. The thing with Imbola's Clutches, though, it's a legendary enchantment, so I can't have 2 Imbola's Clutches down at the field at one time. But once again, this happens to be enchanted. You control enchanted permanent. It's not a creature. I get to enchant a permanent, so this is great. And we have River's Rebuke just to send stuff back into hand if necessary. We have Carnage Tyrant because Carnage Tyrant is a total badass. He can't be countered. He has Trample and Hexproof for 6. He's a 7/6. We have Fleet Swallower. I love this card. This card never gets any play. It's not really practical because it hits the battlefield and it's off the battlefield. Let's be real. You know, you never really get to swing an attack with him, but if you do, on the chance that you do, here's the cool ability. Whenever Fleet Swallower attacks, target player puts top half of their library rounded up into their graveyard. So if he has 50 cards, there's 25 cards in the graveyard. So you get the most value out of the first attack you get in, and let's be real, if you get an attack in, it's just going to be that first attack. The odds of you getting a second attack in are slim to none, but it's absolutely devastating if you get to do it. And I thought, why not? I got a bunch of ramp creatures going on over here. Then we have a Nizal the Primal Tide, because I like that he can't be countered. You know, I could always blink him if I need to. There's another way of drawing cards if my opponent casts non-creature spells to draw a card. And then we have Entrancing Melody. I pay 2 mana and X. Gain control of target creature with converted mana cost X. So this is my Uneven Exchange deck. We have 9 lands, 8 forests, 2 Hinterland Harbors, 1 Simic Gilgate, and 4 Woodland Streams. All right, boys, let's go right into it. This is Uneven Exchange round 1. So this is definitely fun. You are a bit screwed if you have Switcheroo in your hand and you have no ramp creatures or nothing small that you would want to exchange on the field. But you know what? I have 8 different ramp creatures. The odds of that happening are slim, so I figured it's a good way to go about things. It's funny, when I was practicing this deck, I only did like a match or 2. But when I had... Oh, this is nice. Okay, so when I had Eyes Everywhere down on the field, my opponent had... Blue Monosaurs too, and me and him were switching back and forth as Karn, which was really fun. It was definitely a fun game. I ended up winning that one, so that was also cool. Okay, so I wish I had myself a forest because this comes in tapped. I'm gonna be slower than a turn than I wanted to, but oh well. You know, I'd still have this down turn 3. That's a guarantee, unless he pops this off. But we shall see. So I like what I have over here. I think that I'm going to hit into curve. I think I'll hit on curve Vine Mirrors, Tendershoe Dryads. Okay, so I'm missing a turn. That's unfortunate because potentially turn 3 I could have had a Vine Mirror down or a Ripjaw Raptor. So he's playing... Interesting. I wonder what angle he's playing. This is the Rakdos colors, but you don't really see Seeker Squire here. Okay, so we're going to have Llanowar Elf down, which is unfortunate. I could have had Eyes Everywhere down potentially. But oh well. So if I could get Vine Mirror down next, that's going to be great because these deal with a lot of direct removal. I just hope he doesn't pop this off right now. In fact, I'll go for the Ripjaw Raptor. Theater of Horror. So he is playing a Rakdos theme element. This is a Rakdos card. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. During your turn, if an opponent lost life, this turn you may play cards exile with Theater of Horrors. Pay 4 mana, Theater of Horrors deals 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Okay, so I missed a land drop, which blows. At least I have Eyes Everywhere down now, and I could go ahead and at least try to fix in my next drop. Although, if he's wise, he will remove the Llanowar Elf. Yeah, if I was him, that's my play. I would go for the Llanowar Elf. Yeah, Fight with Fire. He'll probably hit me with the Fight with Fire. That's smart. Unless he thinks he's going to be a smartass. Yep, he thought he was going to be a smartass. And that was a bad move on his behalf. Because I'm going to go ahead and perfect. So now we're starting with the mana fixing, making sure all's good. So I'm actually going to go for the Vine Mirror because I know that he has Fight with Fire and he could do 5 damage and rip him off, which I'm not really interested in happening at this moment in time. So I have 4 mana now, which is good. I think the best play for me next is to hopefully fix another land coming at me this coming draw. I'll drop Sphinx of Foresight just so I could bait him into getting rid of his Fight with Fire. And then we're going to move on in to probably Carnage Tyrant and go from there. So this guy gains Death Touch. Okay, so I'm not going to block this Acrobat because he could always just make it get hexed. A Death Touch, which I don't want. He could unfortunately also jack it up right now once and make it a 4/1, which is not good because that's going to start hitting up on me for some damage. Okay, yeah, so he did that. That's intense. Yeah, if I draw myself a land, I'm just going to keep the land or elf to block this guy out. You know, depending on what he plays, maybe when the right time comes, I'm just going to River's Rebuke him, actually. Send all this stuff back into hand. I wonder if he loses these exiled cards. Let's see. At the beginning... Okay, so he fought with fire. Okay, so... Yeah, that was a wise play of him. I hope I get a land. Okay, so I'm a bit screwed. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, we got mono screwed. I thought I'd be able to deal with it with the eyes everywhere, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It's funny, he's playing Rakdos and he has the mono advantage on me, and I'm playing Simic, which typically deals with more land-heavy cards, and there we go. Okay, so I think it's time I say goodbye, because he just Eldest Reborn me. It looks like the Arena Gods are definitely matching me up against opponents who are specifically catered to handle this deck. Okay, I'm gonna do over here Ripjaw Raptor. I'll do an exchange with Hackrobat. I'll get a card from that. Each opponent discards a card, and I will discard Switcheroo because I don't really need that. So unfortunately, he got rid of my Llanowar Elf. I was hoping to next turn River's Rebuke him and send all this back into hand. Yep. Vraska's Contempt, okay, and then he could do that again. So he's going to swing at me for 5 damage. Yeah, I'm afraid this game is done. It looks like he just popped off on me really strong. He's probably going to... He's going to Reborn the Vinemere. Wow, okay, he's got... Ooh, he has Captive Audience. I actually have 3 copies of Captive Audience. I wonder what I'm going to do with it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're good. You know, I'm gonna do this. So I'll go a bit wide, and then I'll just block out something irrelevant. But he has a... Oh, shoot. He has a Ravenous Chupacabra. That's a problem. I should have... I made a mistake, guys. I should have factored in the Ravenous Chupacabra. Oh my god, so he just has Divine Mirror. You know what? If I could survive one more turn, if I could pull myself off a land, then perhaps there is a possibility that we could... Holy shit. This guy really had me on the ropes. Okay, so he wins. 4, 5, 6. Actually, whatever, I survived by pure thread. But, let's see, whatever. I think it's too far gone for me to possibly come back from here. At least he's going to lose these cards once I send this back into hand. Whatever, we'll see how this goes. You know, maybe with the Carnage Tyrant down, there's a slight possibility. Okay, so let's see what happens. I'm glad that I didn't concede, because now we have a slight chance. So I'm going to get back the Vinemere. That was cool. So he loses all these cards. But now, oh yeah, he's just going to not Theater of Horrors. Oh yes, he lost it. So he doesn't have Captive Audience anymore, so that's good. So I'm going to go for the Carnage Tyrant. But I do know he has Eldest Reborn, which is a problem. Oh, man. Yeah, he wins. But you look at that, he wins. That's BS. Okay. So I was outclassed there. I got mana screwed. Oh, don't make me wait, man. Okay, he wins. We get it. Dude. Man, he's just going to keep me hanging over here. Oh, it looks like what's it called? I got popped out of the server. Okay, so let's go again. Uneven exchange, round 2. That first round was very unsatisfying. Let's see if it'll work out the way I want it this turn. If it doesn't, if I seem to get mono screwed again, I'll drop one card, like probably another the Melody, the one that makes me gain his creature by paying 2 blue and X. Because I have 4 copies. I think that's a bit excessive, but I thought while I'm already stealing my opponent's stuff, it seems like a good thing to do. Okay, so we're in a good place, guys. We got 3 land. We have a Llanowar Elf down. I'm going to go ahead and Yo, that's right. And I'm going to get to scry 3. So I'm going to fix this in the way I want it. I actually want more ramp creatures, maybe? We'll see. We'll see what we're going to do, actually. So we have an Embola's Clutches. I have a Nizal the Primal Tide. Oh, wow. Okay. So potentially... No, let's do it like this. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that was good. We have this. Turn 2, I'm going to go for the Simic Guildgate. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. He's playing green, guys, so that means he's going to be playing creatures. So this is the perfect deck to match up against. Because now I hope to be able to steal something of higher value, and it's a creature deck. You know, green is creature deck. I just don't want it to be mono green because that could happen pretty fast. And I'm hoping that it doesn't happen so fast that I'm going to be racking up damage. I have no way of getting... Yep. I hope he doesn't have that 3-drop buff. Okay, we're good, guys, still. So he probably was running Carnage Tyrant in this deck. That's something to be aware of, because that also could pop on me pretty fast. Okay, at least I have a flying creature now, and we're also going to be scrying at the beginning of the turn. So, nice. Turn 3, we got a Sphinx of Foresight. Turn 4... Oh, you guys ready? You guys ready? This is going to be fun. So we're about to see it happen the way I wanted it to. So exchange control, and I stole his Tender Shoot Dryad. So now he has one more ram creature, and I'm going to be going wide with his Tendy boy, as one of the other YouTuber guys says. He's funny. Okay, so okay, nice. We're in a good position. So I have one of his Tender Shoots. I have some of my own Tender Shoots. And we can see what we're going to do with here. So now we're a bit behind on a ramp, a big deal. I could always switcheroo one of my little minions over here, a Sapperling, with something that he drops pretty big. And I'm just still flying overhead, so we're good. Okay. So, okay, that's not a big deal. I'll just... What? Why did he do that? Yeah, he probably made a mistake. I wonder if he knows. He just has to hit the Z button. He didn't even hit the... He just did... That's a shame, for him at least. Okay, so I get to scry 1, and I get to drop another token. Trancing Melody. Why not? Why not? I don't see why not. It's always nice to have one of those guys down. Okay, so we have this. Should I? No, there's no need to trade it off just yet. I'm just gonna hang here tight. Wow, it's so funny. I didn't even see the implications of having a Tender Shoot Dryad creating a bunch of small minions to switcheroo out. Perhaps I'll throw in another one. Yeah, perhaps I'll throw in another Tendy Shoot. Now we have the City's Blessing. Now they're 3/3 creatures. Yeah, this worked out the way I wanted it to. This was really cool. Okay, he has a Gata Primal Hunger, and he is not gonna like what's about to happen. Oh, this is great, guys. You ready? Okay. Switcheroo with Gata the Primal Hunger, and swing in with everything. Okay, so hey, I made a mistake, guys. I thought I clicked Sphinx's Foresight to attack as well. Apparently I did not. And we're just going wide. I stole all his shit. That was fun. Okay, and he has no way of removing what I'm doing. So this was the deck working out the way I wanted it to. So unfortunately, a lot of people in Magic, you know, I'm seeing Magic is taking a turn away from creatures, and people are playing a bunch of control. So it gives them trample. Okay, I guess I'm just going to have to steal that. I'll just save myself some damage. It looks like I'm just going to have to take this Druid of the Cowl off his hands, you know. That's a real shame. It's going to cost me just 2. And I'm just going to steal his Druid of the Cowl. And yeah, I think that's game, boys. That's indeed game. So that was satisfying. I definitely stole his shit. Okay, 19 damage. Wow. So that was a strong play on him, the Gata Primal Hunger. Too bad for him. I had Entrancing Melody. So that's, so far, we're 1 win, 1 loss, and let's go for another. If I win this one, I'm going to call it for the day. If I don't, which I hope to win, then I'll just go for one more round because I'm going to need justice. I could tell. So that was the perfect way for this deck to pan off. You know, we had the ramp, the early game ramp. He dropped something big. He had ramp 2. He dropped a tender shoot. I hit the switcheroo. I used my own Llanowar Elf to top for the mana and then did the switcheroo and then switched the switch, which was cool. Okay, so now let's see. Yeah, actually, I forgot. I was meant to go ahead and plug in my another tender shoot Dryad. Okay, so I think I'm going to keep this, although we only have 2 land. We have Sphinx of Foresight in hand. I'm definitely going to go ahead and scry 3. This card is huge. I really like it. Sphinx of Foresight. This is another card that you never see anyone play. Okay, you see that? That's a problem. So now, unfortunately, I'll keep the Eyes Everywhere because I'll be able to drop that turn 2 and then I'll be able to scry every turn after, so long as it remains on the battlefield, which is huge. And then late game, I could always exchange it. So, okay, so he's playing blue, guys. So that could be, it could be a problem, and it could be, don't have Spell Pierce, man. Please don't have Spell Pierce. Just opt. Just go ahead and opt. Don't Spell Pierce. Okay, so he did have a Spell Pierce, which he didn't shoot. Okay, so he's playing blue tempo, guys. I already know it. So no, I need myself land. Okay, so that's nice. I still can't do anything, which is unfortunate because I needed another blue. Okay, but we're still good, guys. We're hanging out good. Okay, so he's definitely playing a control deck. I need land, guys. Land is the theme. Okay, so we have questions in life right now. Do we go for the Sphinx of Foresight? Because he's pretty much, I'm pretty sure he's sitting on a Sinister Sabotage. He knows the deal. He knows I have a Sphinx of Foresight, so let's go for the Sphinx of Foresight. Yes, I want him to Sinister. He quenched it. That's cool. So he's down right now one answer to my threats in life. So I'm gonna go for the tender shoot. Yeah, he's playing blue tempo. He has probably a Sinister Sabotage. He's assessing my land base to see if he should have played the Djinn. No, not yet. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go over here. So the time is ripe. I'm gonna do a tender shoot Dryad. We're gonna see what he's gonna do. He's probably gonna able to answer that, which is unfortunate. But if he answers this and then he's syncopate, okay. What was the point in doing that? Yeah, I guess he realized whatever. He thought maybe I would have forgotten that I could have tapped this for another mana. Oh wow. Okay, guys. This is good because I could always exchange this. He could always exchange it back. No, he can. He only has 4 mana. I think that's the best play because he can't counter that with a counter spell. Oh yeah, so I think that's the best. I'm gonna go for another land. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And then we're gonna start on our shenanigans. So I'm gonna exchange control with this. He can't counter that. There is no counter spell to counter abilities, at least not in this expansion. He may bring it back into hand, which is still cool with me. He loses the Curious Obsession. Okay, so I have a Curious... Okay, so I'm going to swing in with Justice. I think we have the upper hand here. Now, he could have a River's Rebuke. I have a River's... Oh, wow. Okay, so he sent that back into hand. Okay. Fair play, guys. Eyes everywhere. So I at least now have his Pteramander. I could jack it up to make it a 5/5 if I want, or a 6/6 now that has Curious Obsession. He Entrancing Melodied me. I'm gonna go ahead and River's Rebuke him now. Okay, he loses that because he didn't attack. Or, you know what? Let's see. Let's see if he can deal with it. This is fun. I want to be able to catch up. Oh man, he can. What is it, Syncopate again? I could tap again for Syncopate. As I said before, it's very rare to hit off the Fleet Swallower. It's cost so much in the first place. Okay, so he let it resolve. Will I be able to attack with it? I don't know. So he's going to be on 45 cards. So 45 cards. Wow, that would be pretty cool. So I think I'll do, is it rounded up or rounded down? Rounded up. So I'm going to take off his hands 23 cards. So he did the Pteramander and draw 2 cards. Okay, so unless he just drew a solution to my Fleet Swallower, we're in a good place. By the way, I also have a River's Rebuke. I could get this back into hand. So let's see. Oh my god. Oh, that hurts. Okay, so he has 43 cards in hand, so he's going to be dropping 22. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. That was satisfying. Okay, and yeah, I'll go back for the Tender Shoot Dryad. He probably could counter it, but oh well. At this point, I feel like I have a pretty significant advantage on him. Maybe I should have done that first. I would hit him for 4 more damage, but oh well. Unless he sends all my stuff back into hand. Oh, he has eyes everywhere. Okay, so he's probably what he's gonna do is if he's smart, he'll do eyes everywhere with my Tender Shoot Dryad. So he'll go a bit wide himself. He could do it now. He could pay 6 and exchange. It would be stupid of him to go for the Fleet Swallower. That was a bad move. That was a bad move. Okay, so he did this. It's a big deal. I still win. I still win. Okay, whatever. I have River's Rebuke anyway, so I won anyway. So that was fun, guys. So that's turn 2. I'm definitely feeling pretty smug about myself right now. I'm not gonna lie. So that was very satisfying. You saw Eyes Everywhere work to great effect this game. You saw Fleet Swallower hit off, which never really happens. Molder Hulk. Okay, so I'm just getting more copies of Molder Hulk at this point. Let's do one more. I'm feeling it. So we're 2 for 1 at this point in time. So I would like to get one more win. So we did pretty good off Blue Tempo, which I was worried. I feel like I got the jump on him, thankfully, but that could have just as easily went sideways for me. Okay, so I have no ramp, but whatever. I think we'll go for it anyway. We'll see how this goes. Maybe that was a bad move, but we'll see. I feel like I'll probably draw into a Druid of the Cowl or a Llanowar Elf within the next 2 turns, which would hit me off my Vinemare early. Okay, I guess not. Maybe that was just wishful thinking on my behalf. So Lord Dread 30. Is he playing Blue Tempo too? Because blue is a bit of a concern for me. And as I said, with my Eyes Everywhere, he could potentially use it himself. Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, this is going to cause me definitely problems. At least the Vinemare will be able to withstand any form of instants or sorcery. So could the Carnage Tyrant. But this is a problem. So this card, instants and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So I'm pretty sure, yes, okay. I'm pretty sure he's playing not the Rekindling Phoenix, the other Phoenix card. Okay, so here is this. He could counter it, but can he? Ionize. Okay. That was unfortunate. So I had to make that play. I forgot that Ionize uses 1 colorless mana as opposed to, say, Sinister Sabotage. Oh, wow. So this is really getting out of hand right now. If he has another Ionize in hand, I'm afraid this game is lost to me. But let's see what we can do. Does this resolve? Does it not resolve? Please don't have Ionize. Chemist's Insight. Okay. We live to survive another turn. Whatever he does to this, I'm going to draw a card. Unless he sends it back into hand. But this deck is dealing with Crackling Drake. Ooh, okay. I'm going to have to beware of the Crackling Drake. I would hate to switcheroo this. No, I need... See, the Drake gets... Oh, man. Let's see how to play this. So I'm going to swing in for an attack. See if he does anything. So that hit. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to steal one of his Goblin Electromancers, and then next turn I'm going to switcheroo it, and it got cheaper, by the way. The cost got cheaper. I'm going to switch that with the Crackling Drake. Not because the Crackling Drake is very strong in my hands, it's just going to be a 1/4. But what it's going to do for me is it's going to take his Flying Threat off the field, because I, unfortunately... Oh, wow, okay. I need a River's Rebuke, and I need it now. And he got rid of my Goblin Electromancer. Okay, so unfortunately, this game is on him. This happened too fast for me to deal with it. And yeah, he wins. He definitely wins. Or, okay, so actually we have one more shot. No, I don't actually. He could pay the cost, and he's going to do that. I wonder when he gets it back. Yeah, so he has Summoning Sickness, so he'll have Summoning Sickness. If I do that, it's still not going to be fast enough unless I legit draw into right now a River's Rebuke. It's done for. So we'll find out right now if the Force is with me. So I don't know why he did that. He could have just exchanged. Unless he wanted to chart a course, he maybe want to get his Phoenix, but he already attacked. We'll find out what happens. Another Crackling Drake. Wow, okay, so this deck is getting out of hand. And okay. It was a valiant effort on my behalf, but no cigar. There's no reason for him to, yeah, okay. Whatever, I'll do this. The Raptor is going to be coming untapped by him. But let's see, whatever. We'll see. We'll see if we can do anything. Yeah, nope. That's not going to do me well. Yeah, he has 4. Yeah, he wins. Okay. So that was fun. I'll let him swing it on me and finish it off. You know, he definitely earned that. And wow. Okay. Well, apparently the Drake deck definitely has a number on me. I could have... if I drew a River's Rebuke, I could have been potentially in a good stance, but that didn't happen. All right, guys, so that was my uneven exchange deck. You saw how it works. It's pretty cool. It's a cool deck idea. I'm pretty sure it could be tweaked to be a bit better. We have Eyes Everywhere over here. We have Sphinx of Foresight to begin off the game to give me a better look at my cards. We have Switcheroo, 4 copies. Maybe 4 copies is a bit much. I'm going to drop 1 Switcheroo and get another Tendershoe Dryad. Dreamer, Bolas Clutches, River Rebuke, Carnage Tyrant. We saw Fleet Swallow paying off. That was pretty cool. Okay, so guys, do me a favor. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like my channel, please hit the subscribe button. It definitely helps out. And drop in the comments if you think anything could improve upon this deck. And once again, have a great day.